It is a true honor to deliver the keynote address at the 12th edition of the Galle Dialogue International Maritime Conference 2025. Over the years, this dialogue has developed into an international forum for discussions on the future of the Indian Ocean. I commend the Sri Lankan Navy for its vision and continued commitment to convening this platform, which strengthens cooperation among global maritime stakeholders. The theme for this year, Maritime Outlook of the Indian Ocean Under Changing Dynamics, is timely and significant. The Indian Ocean is one of the world's most strategic maritime domains, a vital artery for trade and energy security, and a lifeline for millions. Yet, it faces increasing pressures from geopolitical competition, environmental stress, irregular migration, and governance challenges. For centuries, the Indian Ocean has been a nexus of civilizations enabling trade, cultural exchange, and technological progress. Today, it is a stage where strategic interests converge, making it both a theater of competition and a platform for cooperation. Sri Lanka, located at the center of this ocean, recognizes both the privilege and the responsibility of its location. It is not a coincidence that in ancient times our country was known as Serendip, because it is a serendipitous location that we are occupying. And I think this moment is one where that serendipitous location can be of much use to us. And not just to us, but to the position that we occupy. Our commitment is to work with all partners to ensure that the Indian Ocean remains peaceful, secure, sustainable, and governed through fairness and cooperation. Excellencies, the ocean is under unprecedented stress. Climate change, sea level rise, overfishing, and pollution threaten biodiversity, human security, and economic stability. Protecting the marine environment is essential for our national survival, which is why we call for stronger conservation frameworks, the expansion of marine protected areas, and deeper scientific collaboration among nations. Effective maritime governance is equally critical. Beyond traditional threats, Sri Lanka also faces non-traditional challenges, including narcotics trafficking, which underscore the vital role of our Navy and Coast Guard. The government is committed to safeguarding national security and public health and has taken proactive measures to combat drug trafficking. And I take this opportunity to thank the Navy and our Coast Guard for the brilliant work that they have been doing in recent times in cooperation with our Navy, our Air Force, and also especially our police. In recognition of the evolving maritime security landscape and the critical role of the Sri Lankan Navy, the government has allocated Sri Lankan rupees 92.5 billion to the Navy in the 2025 defense budget, marking a 12% increase from the previous year. This investment underscores the government's unwavering commitment to enhancing national security and safeguarding our maritime domain. I commend the Sri Lanka Navy for its unwavering dedication in conducting regular patrols, inspections, and intelligence-driven operations to intercept shipments and apprehend traffickers, thereby safeguarding both our people and our maritime domain. However, these challenges cannot be addressed by Sri Lanka alone. Ensuring effective maritime security and counter-narcotics operations in the Indian Ocean requires the active support and collaboration of other nations. Freedom of navigation, respect for international law, and responses to piracy, trafficking, and irregular migration depend on information sharing, coordination among navies and coast guards, and confidence-building measures. A rules-based order at sea must remain at the cornerstone of stability. The blue economy presents opportunities in shipping, fisheries, biotechnology, and tourism. Its growth must be sustainable and inclusive, supported by green shipping, fair infrastructure, and digital innovation. Emerging technologies such as maritime domain awareness systems, satellite monitoring, and predictive analytics are reshaping how seas are safeguarded and resources are managed. At the same time, we must not forget the human dimension. Seafarers, coastal communities, and populations dependent on marine resources face both opportunity and risk. Strengthening resilience, safety, and livelihoods is essential for a sustainable and secure Indian Ocean. Pollution is also a pressing challenge. Plastic debris, oil spills, and hazardous waste cross boundaries, demanding collective action through innovation in clean technologies, investment in waste management, and coordinated policies. Ladies and gentlemen, the Indian Ocean's importance extends far beyond its shores. It is central to global trade and energy flows, making cooperation among regional powers and global navies indispensable. Through collaboration, navies can secure sea lanes, deter aggression, combat illegal activities, and respond to humanitarian crises. Sri Lanka urges all actors to contribute to a shared maritime security architecture rooted in inclusivity, transparency, and respect for international law. Only through cooperation can the Indian Ocean remain a domain of peace, prosperity, and opportunity. The challenges are formidable, but the message is clear. No nation can address them alone. They demand multilateralism, partnerships, and engagement across navies, governments, industry, and civil society. The Galle Dialogue embodies this spirit, and I hope the discussions here lead to practical outcomes and enduring partnerships. Let this dialogue be a beacon of cooperation, a catalyst for innovation, and a pledge for solidarity. Together, we can ensure that our seas remain secure, trade remains free, and our future remains sustainable and prosperous. In closing, let us remember that the oceans connect us more than they divide us. I think as Sri Lankans, we understand this so well because we are who we are. The diversity and the plurality that you see in our society is very much a result of our location and the position we occupy in the Indian Ocean, and the fact that we have been nourished and that we have been blessed with so many visitors to our nation and so much exchange, and the fact that we have been a site for meeting of minds, meeting of people. This really marks who we are, and I think we are very conscious of the role that the ocean plays and what that means, not just for maritime resources, but also for communities and for people. Every wave that touches our shores is part of the same tide, and every vessel that sails across carries not only goods, but the shared interests of nations. I wish 12th Galle Dialogue every success, and I hope that you have a wonderful time in your brief stay in our beautiful country. Thank you very much.